Angel Reese has officially hit a new low, and guess what? Her shiny new unrivaled team has already had enough of her antics.
Angel Reese is legitimately bad at basketball, like god-awful. One of the worst coordinated players I've ever seen. Just throws shit up and prays. They're treating her like a make.
In her very first game, Reese managed to showcase her trademark stubbornness and lack of adaptability, leading to her being benched by head coach Nola Henry Y.
I guess those bikini pics and half-naked videos that Angel Reese puts on social media, I guess that's not translating on television into ratings. Strange.
Because Reese couldn't keep up with a fast-paced game and made decisions that could generously be described as catastrophic.
Is 3 of 7 from the field. Once again, cannot get to that 50% mark. 5 turnovers, 14 rebounds, 10 points, and a big, fat, juicy L. 79-73, her team.
She was sabotaging her own team on purpose.
The hell that is. By the way, in case you're wondering, yes, Angel Reese is getting absolutely roasted. Her fans, though, her fans are out in droves. Seriously, they are celebrating this very mid that she actually made last night. They're trying to claim that this proves she's been in the gym. And congratulations, she hit a jump.
Angel walked into the unrivaled basketball league like she was the second coming of basketball royalty, but instead she left with her reputation in shreds.
Angel Reese was a mainstream celebrity. I mean, that's what the media keeps telling me, so how come Angel Reese consistently fails to...
The catastrophic meltdown that exposed Reese for what she truly is, all hype, zero substance.
Not the mainstream draw that she thinks she is.
A 7,973 loss to Vinyl BC isn't just a loss, it's a flashing neon sign that screams Reese can't hang. And the cherry on top, Ray Howard, VYL BC's captain, putting on a masterclass with 33 points, casually draining 6 threes like it was a light workout. Meanwhile, Reese a laughable 10 points that wouldn't even impress in a pickup game at the local YMCA.
Rose, BC head coach, Nola Henry. I know she's a very smart lady. She knows what she's doing. I think, you know, there's some.
Speaking of Mike Drops Rose, BC head coach, Nola Henry delivered the ultimate one by benching Reese in the 4th quarter. Yes, you read that right. Angel Reese, the so-called future of this league, got benched when her team needed her the most. Talk about humiliation.
Delivering on that double-double, that's right. Points, rebounds, and of course,
whose stat line reads like a bad joke. 6 points and 8 rebounds. If you're getting benched for someone putting up numbers like that, you've hit rock bottom. But let's not act like this was all Nola Henry's fault. Reese gave her every reason to pull the plug. Sure, her box score might look decent, 10 points, 14 rebounds, 4 assists. But context matters. Those numbers are empty calories, the basketball equivalent of eating a bag of chips when your team needs a full course. Meal high press games require high performance players, and Reese couldn't deliver, period.
Finished with a Rose's team high 14 rebounds, 5 turnovers, 4 fouls, shot just 3 of 7 from the field, 42%, got benched for most of...
Howard was out there playing chess, while Reese struggled with checkers. Howard's 33 points weren't just impressive, they were a statement, shooting 50% from deep, making clutch play after clutch play. Howard showed the world what a real star looks like. Reese, on the other hand, couldn't even get to the basics, right? Missed layups, sloppy defense. And oh, let's not forget that embarrassing foul on her block attempt. People are debating whether it was a foul or not, but let's be honest, it wouldn't have mattered. Reese was out of position and out of her depth. That single play summed up her entire night, a mix of desperation and failure. Don't even get me started on defense. Reese's performance on that end of the floor was as useful as a screen door on a submarine. She couldn't guard a park bench, let alone someone like Howard, who was effortlessly torching her at every turn. Howard didn't just outperform Reese, she made her look like an amateur, a JV player, who somehow stumbled onto a varsity court. Watching Howard dominate must have been like staring into the abyss for Reese, a harsh, undeniable reality check.
You can see, like, her vision's there. You can see what passes she's trying to make, but she just didn't make.
She isn't ready for this league. She came in riding the wave of her college success, thinking she'd waltz in and take over. But the unrivaled basketball league isn't here for her overhyped theatrics. This is the big leagues, where players like Howard don't just play, they dominate. Reese, she's just trying to keep up. Her debut wasn't a stumble, it was a nosedive. And honestly, if she doesn't step up fast, that bench she warmed in the fourth quarter might become her permanent home.
One of the few, maybe the only one I could tell that looks this way on the court, just like out of place playing a game they've been playing. It's
weird. Nola, Henry's coaching decisions lit up the basketball world like a dumpster fire, and Angel Reese was right at the center of it, flailing helplessly in the flames. Henry benched Reese, her supposed star player, during the most crucial moments of the game. Critics are calling Henry's rotations bizarre, but honestly, can you blame her? Reese, the so-called future of the league, was about as useful as a screen door on a submarine. Henry runs a fast-paced, high-energy system that demands agility and a quick decision-making. Meanwhile, Reese is stuck playing basketball like it's still the 90s, relying on outdated post moves and sheer physicality. It's like handing someone a smartphone, and they're still trying to use it as a pager. Reese is just not keeping up, and Henry's benching her was less of a mistake and more of a desperate attempt to salvage the game.
Pitched in the fourth quarter. Pulled right out.
Speaking of disasters, Rose BC's offense was a complete train wreck. They racked up over 15 turnovers, making it look like they were playing a very competitive game of hot potato instead of basketball. Sure, Henry deserves some of the blame for running offensive schemes that seemed like they were drawn up on a napkin 5 minutes before tip-off.
It was a disaster. Oh, for everything, as one person pointed out.
Let's not let Reese off the hook here. For someone who's been hyped as a future MVP, she looked like she'd never seen a basketball court before. She was out of sync with her teammates, out of touch with the game's rhythm, and out of reasons why she should have stayed on the court. Her benching wasn't some random punishment. It was a flashing neon sign from Henry that said, "You're not cutting it." Reese might be great at padding her stat sheet with rebounds, but when it comes to making a real impact, she's about as effective as a chocolate teapot.
And of course, Aaliyah Boston plays for the Indiana Fever. Boston, she didn't have a great game either, to be honest with you. She didn't. So, Angel Reese went to doing some bragging last night. Growth of what? Missed layups. Yeah, her posting this, it backfired.
There's the emotional drama. Oh, Angel Reese, the queen of sentimentality. She poured her heart out on X after the game, writing about her love for Teresa Weatherspoon, her former coach, and the one person she claims truly believed in her. "You didn't deserve this, but I love you, Teaspoon," she said, as if that would somehow erase the humiliation of the night locker room issues. You always have to deal with locker room issues. That's just part of coaching. Let's get one thing straight, Reese's emotional connection to Weatherspoon might be sweet, but professional basketball doesn't care about your feeling. While Reese was busy writing love letters on social media, Weatherspoon's team, Vinyl BC, was running circles around Rose BC. The irony: Weatherspoon, the same coach re-idolizes, was the one who masterminded her downfall. It's almost poetic. Reese got so caught up in her emotions that she forgot to show up for the game, and while she was busy reminiscing about the past, Howard and Vinyl BC were busy handing her a brutal reality check. Once again, guys looking like a baby deer or baby giraffe out there. I cannot believe that somebody that looks this uncoordinated is a professional athlete. It's shocking to me. Here's the harsh truth. Angel Reese's stats: 10 points, 14 rebounds, and 4 assists look fine on paper, but they're about as empty as her impact on the game. None of those numbers mattered when it came down to crunch time. Instead of stepping up, Reese got benched, and that's the only thing anyone will remember about her debut. This was supposed to be her big moment, her chance to prove she's ready to take the league by storm. Instead, it turned into a public embarrassment. Rhea was hyped as the centerpiece of Rose BC. But if this is what she brings to the table, Henry might as well start looking for a new centerpiece. This isn't just a one-off bad game, it's a wake-up call. Reese has to figure out how to adapt to the faster, higher-stakes world of unrivaled basketball, or she'll find herself permanently glued to the bench. And let's be real, no one's going to stick around waiting for her to figure it out. While Ryan Howard is busy cementing her status as a superstar, Reese is struggling just to stay relevant. The gap between them isn't just wide, it's an abyss. And if Reese doesn't start climbing out soon, she might find herself falling deeper and deeper until she's completely forgotten this was more than a loss, it was a humiliation. And right now, Angel Reese is the poster Child for what happens when hype meets harsh reality. Caitlin Clark is your only draw. Credit where credit is due. Caitlin Clark made a brilliant decision by refusing to join this dump. TNT begged her, they begged her. Unrivaled offered Caitlin Clark over $1 million for 2 months of her time. So what's next for Reese? Hopefully a long, hard look in the mirror, because right now she's not the player people thought she was. She's a cautionary tale, a reminder that hype can only take you so far before reality smacks you in the face. And let's be clear, reality hit Angel Reese like a freight train. If she doesn't figure it out soon, she won't just be bededged, she'll be forgotten. Buy one, get two free.